Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, Dad. And hello.
And hello, shallow friends. Welcome to episode 23.
23. Yeah,
Of the Shallow End. This one's going to be a banger.
I would say all of them are.
Well, yeah, but
Actually,
this one's we're going to have some fun with this one.
Don't listen to like our older stuff. Listen to like 15 and on.
Well, don't listen to the one that this is going to sound a lot like.
Don't listen to that one. Or do if you want more of our opinions, I guess.
We are going super classy on this one, though. I mean, honestly, we have two articles. It's the New Yorker and the Wall Street Journal.
We kind of came with like really legit stuff.
It's all fire.
We went a couple of weeks bringing each other badly written articles, and we both went, fuck it.
No.
Not anymore.
Okay, so now we are ready for prime time. But, before we do all of that, you know what we always do. We got to look at our analytics.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, we got to actually talk about...
Okay, cool.
Who's listening to this
Let's talk about
shit?
it. We did this last...
I've been trying to do this every time because I am someone who looks at the stats.
I do too.
Okay.
Secretly, in my own
So
time.
I feel like the only way we should really address this is by just saying hi to everybody.
Okay.
In their native language.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Okay. So, ready?
Yep.
You just echo what I say.
I will repeat.
So, this is for our shallow friends across the globe. Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Tera.
Tera.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, now tell me all the countries that we just said hi
Hello.
to. Yeah, well.
What's the second one? Oh.
Hola.
Hola. Spanish.
Yep.
Was there one after that?
Yep.
What was after that?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. German.
Yeah, which isn't really like it's good day, but I don't know. I just wanted to make it sound German, so I used Guten Tag. But...
Okay, well, you asked me what the language was.
Yeah,
not
you
what
do
the
it. You do it.
translation.
Yep.
What was the next one?
Terra.
Terra is crazy because
you're never gonna get
in
it.
my brain that's Earth.
Yeah. No.
What is it?
That's from Estonia.
You know, dude.
Hello, Terra.
Can you imagine if you were like, give me the thing, and we ran through and I was like, Estonia.
Somebody,
just like right away.
Somebody accidentally downloaded our podcast in Estonia. And I
Wait.
hope they really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's
okay.
Whatever. And then, konnichiwa.
Japan.
Yeah. The only disappointment here is that our good friend, Comrade Putin, was apparently too busy to download the podcast in the last 30 days. And so he wasn't able to catch up.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fun.
But I'm sure we'll see him again soon.
You know, when I check the analytics, the two places I look are tried and true and C.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Always, because it's the first place I look. Is I'm like, oh,
and
cute.
This is perfect because that's where we're going next, right?
And the second place is always Inigo Montoya in España.
You killed my father, prepare to die? What?
We named him that last episode.
I know, but
I always look for him because, or them. Sorry.
Yeah.
but
that person.
They've been with us though for like
a long time.
A while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I look for them. I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
They keep
I think that's fair.
Thank you, by the way.
Of course.
Silent listener.
We don't care where you're listening from
it's
or
just cool, though.
Whether you know us. I actually don't even care if you like us. Thanks for listening. North Carolina super fan. We always
love girl.
Calling out.
Oh,
she gave us so much good feedback in the last month or so. Really cool feedback on some of the stuff we were talking about. I particularly liked when she called us out on the AI Jesus stuff, where she basically told us like, you needed to actually talk about that more and
That was so fun.
and like what would like give me more about what AI Jesus would be like.
Well, she was like,
Which I wanted too,
she was
but
like, I was.
we chose
well,
a bad
actually,
article.
Full disclosure, we saw her in person before she listened to that episode.
That's true,
So
yeah.
we saw her in person, and we started actually naturally talking about that topic, and then we both went at the same time, oh, wait, we don't want to say any more. Listen to the episode, because
Yeah.
we talk about it there. And so we kind of, we gave her a cliffhanger, and then she texted us
And then it
her
was
review,
very
and she was
disappointing.
Like, she's like, I was expecting more than what I received.
Yeah, it
And we
wasn't
were
good.
like,
It wasn't
"Sorry."
good. So sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
But
Oopsies.
everybody else who's listening know that North Carolina Superfan is representing you as well, and she's giving us good feedback and driving us towards excellence
Yes, and improving
and improving.
every episode.
Great feedback every time.
Yeah.
Anyone else who would like to give us that kind of feedback, we would love to hear it.
Yes, and actually, I haven't done this in a hot minute because, truthfully, haven't logged in a hot minute. But we do have an Instagram.
You're kind of lazy.
Technically, yeah, you're right. Fuck you.
Nothing's going on in your life, Rebecca.
Absolutely zip. But if you do want to message us feedback, criticism, insults,
Ooh.
suggestions,
Let's not.
our Instagram is at the Shallow End Crew. So,
I don't really want to invite
us know.
the negativity.
okay.
Please talk to us if you positive suggestions or accolades because we've changed your life in some way. Like we would really love to hear that.
Compliments, adulation.
This podcast has changed my life.
Technically, I
It
guess.
has. It has. It means
Your life is
that
different now than it was before.
for some random amount of time at some random moment,
day.
I will put my voice into the universe
For about
with
an hour.
my daughter. And it's changed my life.
That wasn't happening before.
It wasn't happening before.
That's true. Well, after more yapping than we usually do in these intros.
But wait.
Oh, you have more.
Do you?
Oh, right.
Do you have any bits?
I'm so sorry.
Do you have bits?
I don't have bits. I don't have bits. I don't have bits.
I keep waiting for you to have a bit, Rebecca.
Actually, not to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain.
Uh-oh.
I have a bit stewing up here.
Oh, you're teasing it. You're teasing a bit.
Well, I came up with it and didn't do anything about it. So,
Sounds like you.
yeah. So, it's up here.
Also sounds like me.
It's stewing. It's gaining some flavor before I project it onto the world.
Okay,
So,
well, after last episode, you know, where I said we needed to practice our ad reads.
Yeah.
I feel like we're starting to attract some attention
I agree.
from the kind of the challenger brands out there, like the brands that want to be relevant in the podcast verse.
Yeah, absolutely.
The what verse? What did you say? Petaverse?
No, I said the competitors.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something about pedophiles.
No,
But-
sure wasn't.
Okay, cool. I just want you to know that I have 3 new test advertisers that might be willing to pay for a spot
Wow.
on our podcast.
That's amazing.
But
That's one more than last week.
it last week. What?
I like to say week, like we
I
do
know,
these in
I know.
weeks.
And I like to call out that we suck at
It's
the
a fun
weekly thing.
delusion.
Yeah. So, do you have any interest in doing ad reads?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you rocked it last
This
time.
is the only way to get people to actually pay us to say
I know,
nothing.
I know.
And
this time, I
that's
just
my
want.
dream.
I mean, I think we talked about the fact that I heavily used AI
Yeah.
with this, but you know, it's the AI prompt, and then
And then an editing
you
and a
work with it.
polishing. And yeah.
This time, There wasn't a whole lot of polish.
Oh, you just really
This is pretty close.
Copy paste?
Pretty close. I mean, I added a little stuff, but
we've got 3.
I got 3 now.
Okay.
What you want to do?
Give me a little brief synopsis.
Okay.
And let me choose.
So we have interest from a meal kit delivery service.
Yep, I know them well.
That's based on astronaut food. Okay.
Okay.
We also have an identity protection service.
Of course.
That wants to give consumers a way to be a part of their data and make money on selling their data.
Wow.
And then we have a outfit kind of delivery service where the stylist
gives you clothes.
These folks have a different take on sending you clothes on a regular basis, where they just say, we know you're gonna constantly get fatter, and so they automatically make your clothes bigger.
That one.
You want that one?
Hand it over. Let's do it.
Again, I think
cold read.
The AI is brilliant here. So,
Fantastic.
but
right.
we definitely want money from these people. So I need you to really nail this.
Okay. All right.
Last time you were great, and then you kind of lost
I know,
it
I really
a little
did.
bit.
I know. I felt it.
Okay.
I felt it.
Right, ready? She's rolling her neck. She's. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Cold read. Size-wise. Let's be real. Staying stylish is hard. You buy new clothes, feel great, and then 6 months later, bam! Suddenly your jeans have shrunk. Sure they did. And your favorite sweater is mysteriously tighter than last winter. Well, good news. My fashionably fluctuating friend, say hello to Sizewise, the first personal stylist subscription that automatically adjusts your clothing sizes twice a year. That's right. No more denial-driven closet purges or convincing yourself that elastic waistbands are a personality trait. Our fashion wizards track your seasonal growth and send you trendy new outfits that actually fit, whether it's post-holiday indulgence or pre-summer optimism. And the best part, you don't have to do anything. No judgment, no awkward sizing charts, just perfectly fitting clothes delivered like clockwork. So embrace the natural ebb and flow of your snack-to-gym ratio with Sizewise, because life's too short for too tight pants. Sign up today and get your first, oops, I swear these fit last month, wardrobe refresh for free. Simply go to sizewise.com/shallowend and sign up for your first free wardrobe refresh today. That's sizewise.com/shallowend. Seriously though, I think my dryer is shrinking my clothes, right?
Maybe.
And scene.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I liked it. I liked it. I like the energy.
Thank
I think you maintained throughout the whole read.
Thanks.
That was good.
Thank you.
Sizewise, hit us up.
Sizewise, truly.
Like we're here.
Know,
we're here for you.
We're
here for you.
We're here for you.
I'm here for you. Just like in kind, we can just trade ad reads for. I'm a big fan of the elastic stuff, so no judgment.
Yeah, but send me money though.
You want? That's so disappointing. You want money?
I want so much money.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe Galactic Grub will give us money.
Sorry, one more time?
Yeah, Galactic Grub.
Galactic Grub.
Are you tired of grocery shopping, chopping, and cooking, only to end up with a sad, soggy salad? Wish you could just press a button and have a perfectly balanced meal appear like magic? Well, great news, Earthlings. Introducing Galactic Grub, the first meal delivery service inspired by real astronaut food. That's right, with Galactic Grub, you'll get nutrient-packed, freeze-dried, vacuum-sealed meals delivered straight to your door. Just add water, or, for an authentic space experience, eat it straight out of the pack while floating around your living room. Our meals are designed by NASA scientists? Oh, okay, maybe just Dave from accounting who once watched a space documentary, but still, they're delicious. Choose from flavors like spicy meteor meatballs, lunar lasagna, and everyone's favorite freeze-dried ice cream that's definitely not chalk. Plus, no more meal prep stress. Our vacuum-sealed wonders have a shelf life of approximately forever. So if you ever forget a meal in your pantry until the year 2089, no problem. Ditch the grocery store and let Galactic Grub take your taste buds on a zero-gravity adventure. Because when it comes to meal planning, we're out of this world. Sign up today and get a free dehydrated mystery meal, just like the astronauts eat. Will it be mac and cheese? Will it be beef stroganoff? Only one way to find out. Seriously though, don't eat the ice cream dry. Trust me. But do visit galacticgrub.com today and use promo code RAPIDUNSCHEDULED disassembly at checkout for free Venus veggies with your first order. That's galacticgrub.com, promo code RAPIDUNSCHEDULED disassembly at checkout for those delicious Venus veggies free with your first order. What?
And ChatGPT came up with that?
I edited it.
Yeah, that was you. Okay.
Did you like it though?
That was good.
Okay, good.
That was really good.
Okay. Are you up for one more? I know we're 20 minutes in.
No. Give me the
Are we
final
up for one more? You want to read it?
I want to read it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So our final potential sponsor, we've gone through. This is going to be the fifth.
This is the fifth one.
Potential sponsor.
And I think if we keep doing it, one of them
somebody's
has to email us.
Somebody's gonna.
One of them has to, right?
Somebody's gonna be like, "You guys crushed it. We want to, like lean on you for our entire."
All of our advertising budget is going to you guys. Yeah.
Which might be like $40 or $50.
That's what I was just about to say that.
Let's swing for it.
I was
Let's
going
go.
to say like 70, but I might be a little bit unreasonable. Okay.
Yeah. Last one. Stay with us, folks.
Stay with us, folks. Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Ever get the feeling that big tech companies know way too much about you? Like, you Google best socks for sweaty feet once, and now you're haunted by sweaty sock ads for like eternity? It gets worse. They're making money off your data without cutting you in. Well, not anymore. Meet Data ATM, the first identity protection service that puts you in control of your personal info. With Data ATM, you decide who gets access to your data, what they can see, and get this, they actually pay you for it. That's right. Want to sell your data to fancy companies? Sorry. I fucked it up.
Data ATM, please do not judge us like this. She's better than this.
Give me another try.
Okay, ready?
Try again.
Suck it back up. And go.
That's right. Want to sell your data to fancy coffee companies so they know you're a sucker for seasonal lattes? Go for it. Want to keep your weird late night search history locked up tighter than Fort Knox? Data ATM has got your back. And don't worry, they encrypt, anonymize, and protect your data better than a paranoid hacker with trust issues. No more creepy companies mining your info for free. With Data ATM, your privacy pays. Literally. Sign up today and get a free data report showing who's been tracking you. Warning, it may be disturbing. Like, why does an insurance company know I order pizza at 2 a.m. disturbing?
Well, everybody knows that.
So take back control and start cashing in on your own data with Data ATM, the identity protection service that makes privacy profitable. Visit dataatm.com and enter Pay Me Shallowly at checkout for a 30% epic info kicker your first month. That's dataatm.com, code Pay Me Shallowly. Terms and conditions apply. Must agree to submit 100% of required data for your entire household to qualify for Epic Info Kicker bonus. Not valid in all states. See website for details.
You fucking crushed that. Including the fast talk at the end with all the terms and conditions. They don't want anybody to know. Oh, shoot. Cut
want
this.
them to hire us. I'll cut it.
They
They are very clear with their expectations.
You went instinctively into...
I read terms and conditions apply.
And you went.
And I knew.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're natural.
Thank you, I know.
See? This is why we do this, people. No, wait.
No, this is.
Okay. Yeah.
No, that's correct.
Eventually, we're going to perform in front of
Maybe
dozens.
even 4 people. How amazing.
All right.
Wow.
Now, my shit's done. I'm like, thank you for humoring me.
You've played out your bullshit?
Yeah.
Are you
And
done?
I'm
Okay.
sorry that we picked the weakest one of the 3 last.
I don't think so. That one was
I mean,
good.
you crushed
Thank you.
the terms and conditions piece. That was awesome.
Actually, usually we agree before we press record, but which article would you like to begin with?
I kind of think that in order to avoid being repetitive, you should lead.
Okay.
Because I feel like my article is kind of the same thing that I've been saying for a while.
Maybe.
Are we doing Muppets now?
Well, okay. We'll begin with mine then.
Okay, so I should probably not be looking at mine then.
That would probably be advisable.
Hey, I do want to point out,
Uh-oh.
I did throw these both into a Word doc and verify that we were within about 200 words in terms of length. So I'm starting to get a little bit more controlled in terms of length of article, and you had you're pretty much normal length article.
When I was talking to my partner about when he should expect me after this recording, I was like, honestly, we both chose appropriately.
Yeah. Mine isn't
like
it's not 9 pages long.
Articles. Like they're like a page and a half ish. Like they get in and get out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's hit it. You want to
intro
introduce?
mine.
Yeah, intro it.
Mine is called "How Dare Celebrities Cheat" by Lauren Michelle Jackson, and this was for the New Yorker.
Yep, sure is.
And I will say, we've had a little bit of a trend the past couple of episodes choosing articles which we then shit on,
Right.
For their writing. But this one is actually one that I truly recommend people read.
I agree. And the first thing, after I was finished in my first read through of this, the first thing I wrote up top was, this is a fun article. And it's so well written.
It's really well written.
This person is a really good writer.
Like not just
engaging, really.
She uses like words as art a little bit.
Yes,
she's playing
for
around.
sure.
She's not just trying to use them to get across her point. She's playing. It's fun.
I've brought names.
Yeah, you brought up names.
Things more than once.
Yeah.
Did you notice the name?
For this one?
The author of this article.
Lauren Michelle Jackson. I just said it.
Anything about Michelle Jackson that you would like to think might be relevant here?
Absolutely not.
No?
Nothing. No.
Nothing? Okay.
I have no opinions.
Lauren
that
made a choice to include
her middle
Michelle.
name.
Yeah. I think she's actually kind of poking at the audience. I'm writing a really fun article about celebrity gossip and giving some context to it, and really she's got some really good perspective on things.
Does.
And she's intentionally telling you that she was named after Michael Jackson.
It's pretty awesome.
But the topic of the article is celebrity cheating, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can I just share something? This is our favorite person, one of our favorite people.
Oh, yes. Dad, who is it?
So Taylor Tomlinson she has something to say about cheating.
Gosh, I love her. Anything she says, I'm going to agree with.
And to be honest, I just wanted the excuse to play this clip.
To play Taylor Tomlinson
because
on our
the rest of
podcast.
the article isn't terribly relevant to this clip.
I was
but
wondering how
from
this is going to connect.
From the standpoint of just like celebrity cheating, like there's going to be some comedy references in here, but this is Taylor Tomlinson, who, yeah, we love her. She's freaking wicked smart and super funny.
Never cheated on me, but he did do this weird thing where he would let me know anytime other women hit on him. Like, he'd go out of his way to be like, oh, babe, I just want to let you know, girl at Starbucks tried to give me her number, so. And I'm like, cool. What do you want me to say to that? You want me to fist bump you? Like, nice, bro. Get it. Like, you want me to get jealous, turn into Batman? Like, where is she? Like, what? And he's like, no, I'm trying to be honest with you because I love you. That's what I'm doing. I'm being honest with you. And I'm like, no, you're not. You want me to know that you turned down the option of other people today. You want points for not cheating on me. Like I'm supposed to swoon or something. Like, oh my God, B. You honored the most basic term of our agreement? I'm so lucky. This is like a fairy tale. Like...
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so this is the premise of how I came into the article based on the title.
Yes.
I just immediately thought about that bit that Taylor Tomlinson did. And I'm like, I was so ready for all kinds of things to happen.
Yeah.
And they almost happened,
They
but
almost
they didn't really happen.
Yeah, the author really tees it up to whammy you with just kidding. Like,
yeah,
it's a roast.
But it's actually kind of,
yeah, with quite an interesting point.
yeah. So go.
Let me jump in here because,
Yeah.
like I said to my father earlier this evening as a warning to him. I said, "Dad, guess what I did?" He said, "What?"
You took notes.
I said I took
for
notes for
fuck's
this
sake.
episode, and he went, "Oh no."
I'm not going to be able to keep up. That's the whole point. That's why I'm playing clips of Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that
just to
that
eat up some
distracts
time.
you from the fact that I have nothing here.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I have a couple of beginning comments to lead into questions for you because I think what the most important, or not important, interesting piece to explore about this is the generational difference between the way that your generation views relationships / cheating and the way that my generation does.
Right.
So
that's how I wound up finishing, like, oh my gosh, this is like
the interpretation is so
it's
different.
so much more complicated
It
for you.
is so much more complicated,
sorry.
but also, I don't know if I totally agree with that. So let me jump in.
Go.
Let me jump in. Because she begins this by talking about how these days, the way that dating is going, she says, quote unquote, defining the relationship is, the days of that are gone. Nobody does that anymore.
Right.
You just enter a relationship with a fuzzy understanding of what that technically means, and then you continue that way. So she's saying, okay, here's one quote that I specifically
I bet it's the
picked up.
exact same thing that I just highlighted. Yep, go ahead, say it.
Well, there are two, and I think probably you highlighted both. Few monogamous couples, that is, get down to the brass tacks of chalking the contours, or rather the borders, of their coupledom, including those inclined to discuss their transition to exclusivity. So I highlighted that, but then I also highlighted coupling up, especially among the straights, tends to leave a lot unsaid. So
you highlighted a couple things prior to to me, the distillation of everything that had just been said, which was, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. I'm like, wait, what?
Huh?
As long as you both know it's understood, correct. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to have overwrought conversations about anything, but are you sure?
Are you sure
it's
it's
understood?
understood? That's like also okay. Also, that's a crazy thing to say about like not only one generation. I think she's looping in a couple of them.
Oh, for sure.
In this statement,
I don't think...
and I'm like, that's never been true for me.
Well, so I think this is one of these things where it's like someone's trying to state a premise to get permission to say a bunch of other stuff, and the premise is like, we all get it, right? And if you start from there and you go, well, no,
we don't all get it,
but I'll allow it. Middleditch Schwartz
oh my
style.
God, that's such a deep pull.
You know, and if you just let it go and say, I'm going to allow it, this article does walk us through some stuff. It brings more, like, I'm not sure I'm on board at the front.
Yeah.
But as we get deeper in,
she does make statements in this like first paragraph that is not re-examined later.
Yeah.
Like it's
right.
She just says it and then moves on.
I'm just going to bring you in here, and then we're going to have a real conversation.
I was like, I read that coupling up, especially among the straights. I was like, really? I didn't know that. Is that what they do? Okay.
I don't know. And who am I to say? But
well, okay. Then let's jump in because she said she uses like I would say 3 or 4 examples of real like celebrity cheating scandals. And the first one that she addresses is Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan.
Yeah. Let's just full disclosure.
Yep, disclose.
Who?
Yeah, you have no idea who either of those people are?
No.
Okay, so Sabrina Carpenter is a singer. She's my age. She's a little blonde girl.
Okay.
She's cute.
Does she sing well?
She does sing well. I like her lyrics. I like her music. Barry Keoghan, I didn't know him until he started dating her. He's an ugly actor.
Okay, does he sing well?
Don't know.
Oh. Okay.
Doubt it.
Doubt it.
But
he's the bad guy.
He's
just
in this story. Well,
you know, so it's like
actually, the author is kind of riding for him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So, I mean, the author has let's all come back to center on all these kinds of issues.
Yeah, she is arguing for sanity in this.
Yeah.
But can I give you some context about the Barry Keoghan, Sabrina Carpenter?
That's part of the problem.
Okay.
Like, I can't
so
process this properly.
Here's the context. Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan announced that they were dating. And the internet went, really?
Huh? Okay.
Because she's stunning.
Okay.
And he's fine.
Oh,
like,
okay.
If I saw him on the street, even a little off.
Would the reaction have been the same if he was stunning and she was okay?
Oh, it would have been so much worse, Dad.
Okay.
You think the internet is less harsh on ugly women than it is on ugly men?
I'm just asking
That's crazy.
questions.
Okay, no. But that was the immediate reaction. It was like, oh, okay. Well, if you like him, I guess we do too. And then she released a song called Please, 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 which is basically, like, the chorus is, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please don't bring me to tears when I just blah, 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 blah. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Is the chorus.
My. Well.
And then, so she releases this about, like, everybody that I talk to about you is telling me that you're bad news, that you're going to cheat on me, that it's bad.
Yep.
Please don't do that.
And she chose to write a song about it.
She wrote a song about it, and you know what she did? No, Dad, you know what she did?
Chose...
You know what she did? She made a music video, and she put Barry Keoghan in the freaking music video. pretending to be a dude that screwed her over, who she's asking not to.
Oh, that's weird.
And then they broke up. And everybody
Well-
was like, oh, you cheated on her.
Okay.
With zero context or proof. But that was the immediate assumption from the general online public.
Yeah, right.
You know.
So, and this is the first of a few examples that are in this article. I just have... I'm glad you gave me context.
The context adds a lot, I feel.
And it brings me to one of the, to me, one of the most critical points in evaluating an article about, the premise of this article is how dare celebrities cheat? My question to you is, if someone is dating in the public sphere and chooses to date someone that seems not like the right fit,
A little sketch.
and then happens just by consequence, by, just simple, the muse struck her. And so she wrote a song. And then she reached out to this person that she is in a relationship with, like, please insert air quotes here, and added him to the music video. At what point is this all just an act?
Well, it's a fantastic question. I will admit that personally, I interact with every celebrity.
Yeah,
As
you
if
know them
it's
very
an act.
deeply.
No, as if it's an act.
Oh, as if it. Oh, okay.
Like I'm not looking. That's
I was
what
going to
this
say
is.
we're going to get there
No.
real quick.
No,
here.
this is live action role play in front of my face.
I do. So if I'm going to send empathy up the food chain, it's going to be, wow, it's got to suck to not actually be able to have a real relationship with anybody.
Yeah. Right.
Because
Or even if you think you do, you're always
there's
there's always something in your mind
yeah,
like
for sure.
Yeah, but this is
For sure.
they're using you. Yeah, that would suck. But she talks about how, like, the internet, the second they broke up, they were like, oh, he was cheating on her, and it was with this LA influencer. And then the influencer went on TikTok, and she was like, I've never met him. So it was immediately disproven, and that didn't stop anything. People were horrible to him.
No.
And to his family. And like,
It's the interwebs.
with no
Truth
proof.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. But there's like this point where she talks about how he responded to all of this like vitriol that he was getting.
Yeah.
By coming out and saying, this has been taken too far. You're coming to my family. You're like sitting outside the
Because he has
house
like
that
a
my child lives in.
He has a
Like,
child
this is
from
too
another
far.
relationship.
And somebody responded like, I didn't see an apology in this. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay. Yeah, and he has nothing to apologize for. And even if he did cheat on her, why would he be apologizing to you?
I think this is. I will resist bringing another comedian in.
Okay.
But this idea that anybody who's famous owes the entire world an apology for doing something bad, even if it's like they legitimately did something bad.
Yeah.
They did that to the people who are close to them.
Mm-hmm.
They did that to their family or their spouse or partner.
Or whomever, yeah.
They owe that apology to that
To that
person.
person.
The rest of us aren't owed an apology for anything.
And if you're up in arms as a person on social media about something that somebody did, even if they really did it,
Yeah.
and you're like, they suck so bad, we deserve an apology, and that's what you're driving for, you don't actually give a shit what they did.
No.
If what you want is for you to receive an apology, you don't care about who actually got hurt.
Yeah. Right.
It's all about you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we actually kind of get there. She reaches that point a little bit later down.
She goes there, yeah.
But
this article is really, again, I'm going to reinforce, super well written,
yes,
very balanced, and when I say well written, it's like it's a joy to read.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's like this is a person who understands how to use language to prove to like present a point, and also just entertain you along the way.
Yeah.
She's so good.
It was fun.
This is such a good article.
I would have loved to sit there and have her say it to me in person.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
But I really do want to move to Ariana Grande because this one,
I just don't really want to hear anything that
I actually do have opinions on this one.
like reduces my opinion of her. Like...
Well, she talks about that, doesn't she?
Yeah, she sure does.
She talks about that. She talks about this entire drama about Ariana Grande on the set of the Wicked movie, and how she and Ethan Slater, the guy who plays Bach.
What is Bach? I don't know that.
Bach is the character that he plays.
I know, but I like, is he in the movie?
Yeah, he's in the movie.
Oh,
do you remember the little ginger boy who's obsessed with her sister in the wheelchair?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, I just saw...
He's dating Ariana Grande. Is that crazy? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well...
Okay, well, I have a lot to say about both of those people, but go ahead.
Right. Well, okay, so I feel like there's more context to this that you don't have.
Oh, I guarantee it.
So outside of this event where she and they were both married when they met.
Yeah.
Both immediately,
in making this movie, making the movie Wicked.
They met on the set, both married. His wife had just had a baby. Like, just had a baby. And like within the year, they both divorced their partners and came out publicly. Actually, they came out publicly that they were dating before they divorced their partners, which is insane. But I would like to tell you.
Yeah, I mean.
Well,
everybody knew that they were together.
Ethan Slater's wife reported that she didn't know about the affair until it was released to the public that they were dating. Like, she was truly blindsided by this. He didn't tell her anything.
Do we believe that, though?
I believe it.
Really? Okay.
Also, she was in the U.S. while he was in the U.K. filming this movie a month after she had a baby. Like, yikes.
Yeah, what would she know about? Yeah.
She had no idea what was going on.
Freaking new mom.
She's busy. But here's the context. This isn't the first time Ariana has done this.
Oh, really?
This is not the first time she's stolen a married man. Or, not necessarily a married man. Sorry, an engaged man. Do you know who Big Sean is?
I mean, I know the name.
He's a rapper.
Yeah.
So,
Is this where your notes come in? These are the notes you took?
Oh, there are more notes.
Big Sean?
This is stuff that I already knew, but I needed to confirm that I knew the correct story. This is the story. He was dating Naya Rivera. Do you know who that is?
I don't know that one either.
She was in Glee. She died. She died in 2020. She drowned.
Did he kill her?
No.
Okay.
They had broken up, and let me tell you why. They were engaged in like 2014, maybe earlier than that.
I kind of thought this was going to turn into Only Murders in the Building.
That would have been fun. That would have been fun. They were engaged, and so she was gone. No, he was gone. They both lived in LA. They didn't live together, but they were engaged. And he was gone for a long time. And then the one day that he was going to be back in LA, like the one day that he was going to be there before he flew away, she was like, I need to see you. Like, I'd love to see you. And he said, I don't want to see you. Oh. And she was like, that's weird. So she showed up anyway to his house because she had a key because they were engaged. And this is what she reported in her book. She said, on the one day that he was back in LA, he said he didn't want to see me. But since I had a key, I let myself into his house. I walk in, go downstairs, and guess what little girl is sitting cross-legged on the couch listening to music? It rhymes with Smariana Schmonde. And then Big Sean and Nia break
shit.
up, and immediately Ariana and Big Sean are dating. Immediately. So this is not the first time she's done this. It seems to be a consistent theme in her life. That she likes to grab a man that already is taken.
All right. I hear what you're saying. But I want to get back to kind of the point of the article, which is it's not our job to dunk on the personal lives of these people. Like, why should this be relevant?
Well, I actually disagree. I don't think that's the point of the article.
Okay, well, no.
I think the point of the article is, why are we personally hurt and offended and demand an apology?
Okay.
I think she actually says, it's reasonable that we treat celebrities with a certain amount of criticism because they represent to us the ideal.
Right.
And so we put more responsibility on them than we do on people that we meet day to day to behave with integrity and morality. So when they fall short of that, the general public is so much more critical than they would be to somebody in their day-to-day life.
Yes.
For no reason. You don't know these people.
Right.
They didn't do anything to you.
And this is where when I think it's a valid point, and I think, so backstory on Ariana Grande, all that can be whatever sanitized version of fact it is that's available out in the gossip verse.
Yeah.
At what level should it be relevant to us as just like I just like music, or I just want to watch Wicked, or I don't give a shit. People are messy.
Yeah. She talks about that. She talks about there was such a public uproar about this. But if you look at the work that she's produced during and after this uproar, there was no hit to her success.
Yes, right.
She did
She
just
crushed.
fine. Yeah. So people can say as much as they'd like about their judgments on her, but they're still streaming her music and going to see Wicked in the background.
Well, I think in these cases, it's like the home wrecker stuff. Like, no one really wants to get into the weeds on those kinds of. And we can turn the page and go, it's not just for women.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to another example, but it's different if you're just talking about interpersonal relationships where it gets messy and it's like, you weren't quite the ideal from the cultural kind of definition of it. You can use terms like home wrecker, like she mentioned in here about Ariana Grande, but the reality is Ariana Grande is a freaking superstar, and there's not a whole lot of blowback. No matter whatever happened here, we don't need to know the details, but whatever happened here, she's pretty much at peak right now.
Also, Taylor Swift has so many songs that she's written very clear of her. Like, there's songs about her cheating on her partner. They're clearly about that.
Really? Okay.
And her fans are like, eh.
Yeah, and we're also living in a time.
Like, whatever.
We're also living in a time where Diddy's in jail.
Yeah.
So there's like
there are bigger fish to fry.
But I think culturally there's some element of we have this instinctive reaction in terms of like our reaction to celebrities in certain situations, that we homogenize it and we think like initially Ariana Grande is the same as Diddy, and like, until we start to understand no, this is not the same thing. Like, but there's this attempt to push it that way.
Yeah,
like,
there definitely is. Yeah.
So the next page, just to make sure that we're not being like, it's just women get a free pass and men get destroyed. I think this is a very fair presentation in like the different examples she provides, because the next one is one of our favorite people, John Mulaney.
I actually, in my notes for this article, I had the heading of John Mulaney, and then I put immediately under it, disclaimer, we love John Mulaney in this household.
Yeah, we do.
Like, we're a big John Mulaney family. We love him.
We're also big on like the idea that you can be restored as a human being multiple times. Like, people screw up, whatever.
That doesn't mean it's
like,
over. Yeah.
And honestly, I was not a fan of Ariana Grande, but then I watched her Saturday Night Live episode, and then I watched Wicked, and I'm like, she's a fucking incredible performer.
Extremely talented.
She's
I'm the same way.
amazing.
I actually, her music is not my
I don't
taste.
listen to her music.
I don't listen to her music either. But
She's incredibly
she's incredible
talented.
in Wicked. She's incredibly like, that is something undeniable, that her vocal talent is just incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't deny it.
So I can be like, I don't need to be the judge of your morality in your life, your personal life.
That's what I was thinking.
I can appreciate you.
Like, if I am disapproving of her actions in her personal life that is displayed publicly, that doesn't mean that I am unable to appreciate the work that she puts out.
Sure,
like,
right.
I don't find those mutually exclusive. But a lot of people do. A lot of people, when the stuff with Ethan Slater came out, were like, I'm boycotting her music. It's like, do you think she cares? Do you think that's going to get back to her? That's
I just want to say this.
reaction.
I think that a lot of people do object and do all that stuff in a performative way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
not real.
I agree.
They
but
don't.
They're
not purging that artist from their playlists on Spotify.
And I also agree and believe that. I believe that the majority of the people that went into Barry Keoghan's comments on his Instagram and said horrible things to him,
they're just full of shit.
don't actually believe that.
They're just
but that
spouting.
Doesn't take away from the fact that he had to read that. You know, like.
Well, he didn't have to. He didn't have to.
Okay,
he
but I
could have
mean,
just chosen not.
I mean.
But also,
That
there's
mean
the
they're
story
not
like
still saying that
these people, like, people showed up
physically
at
at his
home
house
of his child's home.
So some people meant.
So yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a real problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, John Mulaney.
She brings up John
about
Mulaney, and she actually quotes somebody that says that the reaction seemed unusually frantic when his divorce from his wife and his new relationship became public. Mm-hmm. And they're right, it did. It was unusually frantic. But
it was frantic in our house.
I would like to add that something that she doesn't bring up is that at the same time that the divorce from his wife and new relationship with this woman went public, also his stay at rehab and the fact that his new girlfriend was pregnant also went public. It was all happening at the same time.
Everything happened at the same time. Right.
And all of that together
and certain
forms
things
a bad image.
Certain things were not included in the way that she described the frantic response. There was a lot to that story that was like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was just so shocking because there was such a polished and familiar, like friendly, like very Mr. Rogers image that he presented.
And he was the guy that had risen above all his demons, right?
And it was
so
an intentional thing he did to present that way,
yes,
too.
Of course.
So when it all came crumbling down, I don't know if it was an unreasonable reaction to be like, oh my God.
I don't think it was.
Like, I don't think it.
This is somebody who led with these stories, and I mean, I agree with you. It's like this one is like all of the backlash and the what people were saying,
Yeah.
totally valid.
It was
totally.
it was a lot of shock. Like,
Yeah,
what?
we were
I
all
never
like-
would have expected this from him.
So, but I do think there's an element of this that is as she, I think, says as she wraps things up, it's like this, this weird element of celebrity, like how we view, like it's a one-way intimacy is really what it.
Ooh, I have a quote that she says.
Yeah.
I think it's, I think, best line in the entire article.
Yeah.
Celebrity, the publicness of a figure, relies upon delusion masquerading as recognition.
Yep.
God,
It's
that's
so good.
bars.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So when we get access to people who are famous, we get to know a bunch about them. They don't know shit about us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so one-dimensional. And your least favorite person in the world, Joe Rogan, has actually said this. Like, it's very weird to be a public person where you're like putting yourself out there for 15 hours a week. Everybody knows exactly who you are. You don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So someone randomly comes up to you, they know so much about you, and you know nothing about them.
Yeah.
And it's a weird, weird thing. And it's like there's no judgment one way or another about
It's
that.
just
It's just
strange.
it's like a trippy thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a really interesting thing to note about. Like that's how celebrities live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I believe sometimes celebrity affairs are just concocted things to get in the press.
Oh, yeah.
I think sometimes people take issues that people are having and they hear about it and they spin stories, and those people don't deserve to have these stories told about them at all. But you kind of like that's the check you write when you become famous.
I was just about to say that. I was just thinking, like, I struggle a lot with this idea because I see both sides. I'm like,
Right.
Okay, yeah, that probably sucks. You know, people come up to you and feel that they're deserved something from you.
Right.
That sucks. And people stalk you and show up at your house, and people are taking pictures of you when you're just sitting eating dinner with your friends.
It's shitty. Yeah,
That
awful.
must be horrible.
That's stupid.
However, to a certain extent, you chose this. To a certain extent, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, you wanted this.
Yes.
And we all live lives on smaller scales than you, and we get shit on at smaller scales. And you chose a bigger scale life, and the shit is
So
at a
you
bigger
get
scale.
Yeah.
But the
I think that's
reward
fair.
is also at a bigger scale.
You're right.
So-
I think that's a great way of describing it. It's like you need to just accept that you have to deal with bigger shit.
It just is that way. You have to deal with bigger shit, and so you get
I think that's
bigger reward for it. Like that, it's just, I feel it's so unreasonable when people complain about, like, people are mean to me. It's like, yeah, people are mean. Like, people are mean.
People are mean to you because you have 400 million people following
Just
you
more
on
people
Instagram.
see you. So more mean people have an opportunity to be mean to you.
They're going to notice when the one hair is out of
Like,
place.
exactly.
Yeah. Boo-hoo.
What do you want us to do about it? Yeah. Well,
All right. Well, that was...
I think we solved that pretty well.
yeah. Woo. I
that-
did like
fix
the
that
article.
problem. Yeah,
I would
it's a good
highly recommend. It's a quick read.
Yeah.
We probably spent more time on it than
Oh, we definitely
you
spent more
need
time on
to.
it.
If you want to read it, it's really a good one. Check it out in.
In our description. It's in
In
this
the
episode
description.
description. It will be linked.
It's okay. We know we're getting
We know this is
long,
a long one, guys. We like to, yeah.
and this one is my article, which means I'm about to become very old and
Very yelling at clouds.
very. No, I'm actually the good thing about this article is I don't have to yell at clouds.
The clouds have names.
I get specific people to yell at.
Yep.
So this article, again, we're going really highbrow. This is from the Wall Street Journal. It's called "What Happens When a Whole Generation Never Grows Up." I don't know. Let's figure it out. I mean, I'm living it right now.
Oh.
So the premise is basically like, oh, these poor student debt addled kids don't have any ability to make their way in the modern economy. Like, wah, wah, wah. I have zero sympathy for any of the people involved. All right, I ranted. We should just get into it so that my rant has context.
Yep.
Because otherwise it's just dumb.
Let's get into it.
So, all right. Just to be clear, this article was published right at the end of 2024.
Last
So
December.
we're talking about it in
Like
January
current stuff,
of 2025. It's this is not from a billion years ago. This is going to be a rough one for me. I think Rebecca will help.
It's a rough one for me too. But
I think
in a
you'll help
different
shave
way.
edges off because I'm going to be mean about this.
Okay, go for it, Dad.
This article is essentially talking about how people in their 30s, an increasing proportion of people in their 30s are failing in the current economy. And my old man shouting at cloud perspective is, well, fucking do better.
Do better.
Like
That's my opinion too.
You could make different choices. You could be different.
Yes. Okay, here's what my opinion was. First of all, I think they picked the lamest motherfuckers to interview.
Yeah, they really did.
They went, which
I feel like they were
dumb
setting them
shits
up.
can we pick to
feel like
interview
they were setting
and make
them
them
up.
look dumb? So
You want to talk about Cody?
Yeah, I would love to talk about Cody. I'd love to talk about Cody. Cody, what is he, like 39 or something?
No, he's 38. 38.
Oh,
Cody's
so sorry.
38.
So sorry.
Where does he live?
38. He lives in New York City.
Yeah, he lives
baby.
in Brooklyn.
He lives in
Brooklyn.
NYC, the city of dreams.
He's a single man.
He's a single man. He lives with 3 roommates.
He's
He
thriving.
I'd love to present his backstory in the same way this article presents it.
Oh,
because the way they laid it out, when they gave me the final piece of information,
Like,
I went
hate Cody.
out loud, laughed. Truly. Like a true laugh out loud.
No, it gave you. Okay, so the article is fine. It's written. I feel like it's written to generate exactly the response we are providing you here. Yes. But there is sort of like the jump scare at the end that tells you like, oh, no wonder Cody's a fuck up. Okay, so tell us, Rebecca.
Okay.
Walk us through it.
Let me walk you through this.
And by the way, Cody isn't the only one in the article.
No. There are a couple of 30-something-year-olds, millennials, that they interview, and like they don't only discuss, they have quotes from these people who their quotes are don't make them look good. Like like it's not just quotes that they pulled out of context. It's in any context.
These are bad.
You sound like a child. It's insane. It's crazy. Okay, but let's talk about Cody, because we actually begin this article with Cody. And we talk about how poor Cody, he's 38, he lives with 3 roommates, he can't afford his life in New York City. city of dreams. He has multiple jobs to try to afford. He has, as many people do, they have to have side hustles to afford to live these days. And we talk about how it was really hard for him because he graduated college.
Here we go.
He graduated college into a bad economy. And he was
poor Cody.
he was just flabbergasted that his double major of English and history didn't land him a killer job.
In New York City.
I read his double major of English and history and I went, ha! Are you dumb?
You fucking moron.
I was so mad.
So I'm going to just introduce the whole, I can't wait to the end to bring this up. Like the entire story across, I think it's 3 different people.
Yeah, 3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4 different people about how awful the economy and their lives are and how hard it is to be to grow up in the modern world.
Gosh.
This is all about these people have a sense of entitlement.
Yes.
Like they deserve shit that they did nothing to receive.
So many times this article talks about, like, not this article. This article quotes these people talking about, I feel like I'm just waiting around for my life to happen. I'm like, you are.
Go make your fucking
You
life
are
happen.
waiting around.
It's so
How do you think
inane.
life works?
These are the worst people on the planet.
Ugh, they're
Like,
so annoying.
there are so many people who have harder lives and are doing a better job.
Like, okay, so they interview this woman who's like 35 or 6 or something, and she's been living with her parents
For
since, like, more than that. I think since
Yeah,
she
it was-
graduated college. Like, she graduated college in 2018 and moved back in with them.
Right.
And they interviewed her parents and quote her parents who talk about, like, well, we don't want her to feel like she has to just get a job that will help her live. We want her to get a job that she likes. And if she needs to wait for that to come around, we're okay with that. It's like, you created the worst type of human.
Yeah. Okay, Captain Enablement.
What
Yeah,
are you talking
that's
about?
great.
That's crazy.
This person will never contribute to society.
In the article,
Well done.
they included a specific picture of this 30-something-year-old woman's wallpaper in the bedroom that she sleeps in because it's a unicorn.
It's her childhood bedroom. She's been, like, the bedroom she was, waking up to at age 10.
Is
She's
the same.
still... Oh, and by the way, when she moved in, she had a fiance. And they
Who
moved in
moved
together.
in with her.
And then it just didn't work out. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, they don't give us any information about it.
I can't imagine why that didn't work out. And so they're no longer engaged.
No longer together. Well, and she also says the idea of redecorating feels like such an admittance that I'm going to be here for a while. Like,
You've been
have
there
been
for
there
10
for a while.
years.
that event is in your rear view. Get
yeah,
rid of the unicorn.
Jeez. It's like,
Okay, but
maybe offer to buy the house from your
what
parents
are we
at some
talking about?
point.
Can we go back to Cody though?
Yeah, can we, please?
Because there's the way they talk. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Did we miss the fact that Cody turned into a lawyer?
we did. I'd love to tell you the way that they report the way. Okay, I'd love to tell you how they report the way that he told them
Yes.
about law school.
Yeah.
He told them. Oh my gosh. Oh.
These are not
He told
sympathetic
them-
characters,
He
folks.
told them that he graduated, again, let me remind you, with a double major in English and history in like 2008, graduated with that, was shocked and dismayed to find that there wasn't a job waiting for him out there, and to literally, he said this, wait out the labor market. He went to law school.
Because what the world needs now is more lawyers.
And then finished law school and graduated with a ton of student loans and
No
went
shit.
and went, wait, hang on, what? Wait, now I have to get a job still? And also I have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt?
Cody, I'm sorry. You missed the, like...
You might just be dumb, my dude.
Yeah, like...
You might just be stupid.
Maybe instead of trying to make a life in New York City, go to Pennsylvania.
Gosh, move.
But yeah, Cody's not my favorite. None of the people featured in that article are my favorite.
No.
The real story here, folks, is that like there's a huge chunk of our population who should be functioning human beings, should be fully educated and developed people who are delivering fuck all.
Absolutely zero.
To the economy and to their communities and to the society. And they're blaming it on everything else but themselves.
Yes.
And it's
infuriating.
It blows my mind.
Okay, I would like to talk about this concept of quote unquote growing up. Because that's what this article is about. Also,
yeah, and we talked about it.
We talked about it in episode 5.
Yeah, a couple minutes ago. Because we do these episodes like
really, we're really on schedule.
Real live fire. We've been, that was like, what, 4 or 5 hours ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We really fire them out. One of the people in this article, I don't remember who because I don't like them enough to remember, mentioned that they feel like, I'm pretty sure actually it's Unicorn Girl. I'm pretty sure it's her. She mentioned that she feels like she's waiting, like I said this before, waiting around for her life to start. Or like waiting around for her to feel like an adult. Like she says at one point in the article, they quote her saying, I still feel like a kid.
Yep.
I find it, like, it makes me so angry when people, especially millennials, have this perspective on growing up like it's a passive process.
Right.
It just happens.
Like
to
it
you.
happened.
If you wait around long enough.
I'll figure it out. When it happens to me, I'll know.
Not even I'll figure it out. It'll happen. No. This takes work. You have to work at growing up. It's hard.
Yeah.
And if
messy too.
It's messy. You mess up so much. There's so many mistakes, and that's how you learn, and that's how you grow up. And if you're not doing that, and you're just waiting for it to happen to you,
so
you're gonna be a child the whole time.
I love how you're reflecting on this because I think it like in my mind as the old man yelling at cloud, it distills down into we're looking at a bunch of people who are well beyond the stage of try, fail. They're at a point, and it's not all of that age group. There's plenty of people who are fucking crushing that
absolutely.
have gotten through this. But there is a certain subset of people that are so afraid to fail that they just
never
sit
try
in their comfort zone.
There's never a try.
And for the first time in American culture, there is an opportunity to just chill out in mom and dad's bedroom or use excuses like, did you know there was a global pandemic? All these things are providing an excuse for people to not be who it's not about us. It's not about the rest of us. It's about them. It's an excuse that allows them to be less than they should be.
Yes. And you talk to any of these people, it's in this article, they're miserable.
They're not happy.
It's not a good life.
Right. So
it's frustrating. It's both it's pity in all of its forms. Like I pity you because who you are sucks.
Yeah, can't be fun.
It must be miserable to live in your head.
Right.
It must be so horrible being you.
Right. But at the same time, there's a little bit of empathy to be like, you, like,
I don't have a ton of empathy. I'll be honest. I don't have a ton of empathy.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying.
I look around at other people who are like, guys, the world is really bad out there. I don't know if I want to get a job. It's just, the world is really bad out there. I'm like, yeah, we all know that. You think people who are still trying don't know that? We know the world is bad out here. What's the alternative?
Well, yeah, what's the solution? What's your solution?
To sit and do nothing?
Yeah. It's just dumb.
I'm not willing to accept that.
Right. And that's
won't
where
do that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't see it enough from the group of people who are complaining about the economy or complaining about, like, you think people, like, people in the Great Depression in 1929, 30, 38, 33, 34, 1930, like almost 100 years ago, did they spend time, like, bitching about the economy?
Did they go, I don't know if I can get a house. I'm going to sit in my parents' house for the rest of my life.
No, you know what they did? They found whatever work they could find, and they, like,
And they survived.
the solution is you just, like, you grind until there's an opportunity, and then you...
Or, I don't know if I necessarily subscribe to that idea. I also look with a lot of disdain on people who all they talk about is how much they're working.
Yeah, no,
And I'm
no,
like,
I'm not saying it
well,
that way. I'm saying...
You don't, like, I find a lot more respect for people who are like, the world sucks, I feel like crap all the time, but I'm going to build something that I can be proud of.
Yeah.
And that I can be happy in, even if it's just in this box that I built. But I'm at least going to try to build
in my world,
something.
I'm going to... Yeah.
The idea...
That's what
like,
I meant.
People
about
who
the grind.
Yes.
Like,
people who have that drive and passion, even when things feel like it's all falling apart, to be like, I'm not going to just sit back.
yeah. I'm going to work hard to...
Keep going.
to take care of, like, the people I love, the people in my circle. Like, in this moment, when things are really awful, if I can't see any hope out there, I'm going to look in and I'm going to say, I'm going to work my ass off to take care of this.
Yeah, I think
that's the stuff that's right around me.
I think that's the most reasonable approach.
Yeah. So it's not like the brotastic, like, you just got to get out there and grind and you can make it happen.
That grind
and,
set, man.
No.
No.
That's like, you do have to have an understanding that, like, if you get served a shit sandwich and you don't want to eat a shit sandwich, you better figure out how to
make a different goddamn
like,
sandwich.
How do I go get ham? I don't want shit. I want ham on my sandwich. Okay, go get it. Go get ham. You don't have to be a hero to go get ham for your sandwich. You just need to decide, I don't have to accept a shit sandwich.
And I think you have to decide, I don't have to accept this. And I think you also have, I think that first part people are really good at. And I think the second part where they go, and nobody is going to fix this except me.
I get to be the one that does this.
I can't just out loud complain about a shit sandwich and wait for somebody else to bring me a ham sandwich. I have to go get one. It makes me crazy. Okay, to close this out on a happy note.
Yes. Wow, we're going on full rant mode here. Sorry, guys.
We went off. I'm so sorry. But on the floor that I work at in the chemistry building, there's a professor who, she keeps her door open. She always has incense lit. So you're walking through these cold chemical halls with the smell of, like, acetone and ethyl acetate in your nose.
Yep.
And you walk by and it's just like this beautiful, like, waft of gorgeous scent. I love it. I love walking by her room. But she also has...
That's a person I want to talk to
really
in that
cool.
context.
But also, she has all of these, like, posters and, like, things on the outside of the walls around her door. And one of them is a sign. And usually posters like this don't get me. I hate the like cliche cheesy
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
But this one says, if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And I'm like,
That's good and sciencey.
yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I sit around doing the same stuff I've done and expect something else to happen?
Right. Oh, yeah, that's the old definition of insanity. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I find that extremely inspiring. I love walking by it every day.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's, it's
It's a little trite, but
no Albert Einstein, like,
I like it a lot,
but,
though.
wow.
Wow. I think
Have we solved
I
problems?
was just about to say, I think we fixed everything, actually.
I'm not
So-
sure. I feel like yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
We,
You're welcome.
sorry if we were a little harsh.
No, you're welcome that you live in the utopia that we created. So.
Yeah. Hey, and also, we actually don't hate Rachel Wolf, who wrote this
No,
article
actually, Rachel,
for the Wall Street Journal.
props to you. Well done. Good article.
I feel like she. I feel like Cody and the rest of them might be upset with Rachel, but
Yeah, I think she hates them, though. I'm pretty sure she hates them.
I think she just like
She
put them
showed
out
up-
there in the right way.
She showed up at that woman's parents' house and went, actually, let's get a shot of the wallpaper, too.
Yeah.
Rachel hates these people.
Rachel's like, I'm writing for the Wall Street Journal. What the fuck
What
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing?
All right. Well, we'll be back in. I mean, it's going to be tomorrow, right? I mean, or next week.
Are we pushing
or,
it tomorrow?
Or
I thought we were going to do it.
or
second one right
in
after this.
4 weeks or in 6 weeks. I don't know.
All right. I
gonna
don't need
be-
your sass. I don't need. It's
gonna be whenever.
I don't need this.
Well, we're happy to have had the time to do this. It's holy shit. It's an hour and a half. My apologies.
We are sorry, and God, if you're still here with us,
Thanks for being here.
You're a real homie,
We will see you next time.
and we love you so much. Bye, guys.
See ya.